This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about Kelee Ringo. He's in the lab putting in that work. Also, I want to talk about Trotter Jr. as we approach OTAs. And lastly, Nolan Smith. He's starting to get a little recognition from PFF and from around the league. But let's get straight into it. Right, man, before we get into the main topics, let's talk about a couple things. So I seen this thing floating around while I wasn't really taking a break. I was hanging with the family on Memorial Day weekend. Ease up on me, man. I don't usually miss 2 days a week, but I had to for the fam. New York, went to go see Lilo and Stitch, but nothing about my personal life. Let's get into this football stuff. But a lot of stuff I've been seeing is the salary cap change. So the owners are looking to, change the salary cap, make it a bit more fair. So I seen like during like the CBA or whatever, or when that CBA changed, one of the things they want to look into is make salary cap changes because they feel like there are quote unquote cash rich owners are taking advantage of the salary cap game, meaning, for example, Jeffrey Lurie is a cash rich owner. So what Jeffrey Lurie usually do, instead of taking those big cap hits, he like, I will pay you this big bonus up front, and the cap hit would be like 5 million. But the player making like, I'm just, being overzealous a bit. 60 million a year, but the cap hit is like $5 million. It's like, how the heck did the Eagles do that? Well, we added some voided years and we gave a big bonus up front. Whereas though, like the owner from, let's say, Cincinnati, he's known for being cheap. Yeah, he paid Joe Burrow, he paid Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but that's all he's going to pay. That's it, and that's all. Nobody else is going to get paid there because the owner is cheap because he's not cash rich. Now he's rich, but he's not cash rich, meaning he probably got a lot of assets, real estate, owning the team, so he got a high net worth. But to give somebody 50, 60 million up front, he don't want to do that. Whereas though Jeffrey Lurie, like, I'll pay that as long as the cap hit is not high. He's cool with that. So I think they're gonna revisit that to stop teams from doing that. But that's coming up, well, another 5, 6 years when the salary cap will possibly change. So that's something to look into definitely in the future. Also, I seen another clip floating around. I wanted to talk about it on my previous videos. Jordan Mailata talking about the rookies and how he's saying he love the competition. If they take his spot, they take it, but he gonna make it hard. But let me play this clip.
Oh, rookies. This is a great rookie class, like especially in that O-lineman. They work hard. And I told Miles, I told Cameron, and I told Drew, I said, I don't care if you come for my job. Like, if you're better than me, you're going to be better than me. But I'm going to make it damn hard for you to reach that. But I'm going to bring you along. I'm not going to kick you down. I said, that's not how it runs here. It's not how we do it. I bring you along because you're going to make me better. And boy, that boy is pushing me.
Which one?
Both. All three of them. Drew doesn't even play tackle. I watch him run drills. I'm just like, damn, he's good. Damn, he's good.
I just like the mindset. He's not coming in like, oh, I'm jealous of these guys because they're gonna take my spot. He like, nah, I'm gonna teach them the game, but they come from my spot. Hey, they took it. They were the better guy, but I'm gonna make that shit hard for those guys. So I like it. I love it. I love the mindset of Jordan Mailata. But today, OTAs start. All right. So as of Tuesday, May 27th and 28th, there will be some OTAs. There will be a lot of reporting by your favorite Eagles content creators, including me. And here go the dates. So we got shout out Anthony DeBona. So here you got May 27th to May 28th, then May 30th, June 2nd to June 3rd. And we only got one mandatory mini camp on June 10th, and then you see there June 5th includes the OTA. So it's gonna be some football. I always say June is the hardest month because basically after that June 10th, the mandatory date, it's really nothing going on till you hit that July. Then you start getting the training camps and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot to report on. It's definitely gonna be a lot to report on. See what's going on during OTAs. See who's standing out, who's doing what they supposed to do. But one guy I'm gonna keep an eye on is Trotter Jr. Now, this might be weird to say, or it's possibly not even weird. Trotter Jr. is in a unique spot because he can actually start the season and it could be his spot to lose. Yeah, I've been hyping up Jahai Campbell, but let's be honest, Jahai Campbell is dealing with an injury. Don't tell him when he's coming back. We hope in the beginning of the season, but we will see. And then you got N'Kobe Dean. He's probably not going to come back November, December, and then he still got to get in football shape. But Trotter Jr. is in a very unique situation where as though he can showcase himself and play beside Zach Bond and have an incredible year. I'm saying, man, Trotter Jr., you know who he remind me of? Just a tad bit smaller TJ Edwards. The measurables are the same. And shout out Jimmy Kempsky. I forgot what network he worked for, but he wrote an article about Trotter Jr. and he was comparing them to TJ Edwards. And I'm like, hey, he kind of remind me of TJ Edwards too. The reason why TJ Edwards went undrafted is because like 40-yard dash and his combine just wasn't that great. Trotter Jr. had a decent combine, but the thing with Trotter Jr., the reason why he fell from like being possibly a third round pick to a fifth is because he's a smaller guy. But I think Trotter Jr., when I was watching him last year and in the preseason, I'm like, he's good. He knows what's going on the field, but the problem is he not executing. Like he'll be in the backfield, ready to play, but the running back will break his tackle. Like you don't want that happening as a linebacker, especially if you label as smaller. You gotta make those hits. But if Trotter Jr. make those hits, bulk up a bit, he could be in a unique situation where as though Trotter Jr. could be playing really good. It's like, let's stick to this. So Trotter Jr. is in this position like it's his spot to lose. It's his spot to lose right now. So yeah, man, we'll see what Trotter Jr. do. You know, got Smile Munden Jr., who we drafted. Then Trotter Jr. again, who we drafted last year, and then basically everybody else. It's like they probably on the bubble. We waiting for Jahai Campbell to come back. N'Kobe Dean. Trotter Jr. is the second year guy. So yeah, we gonna watch him. We gonna definitely be watching him for sure. But another guy we're gonna be watching is Kelee Ringo. Kelee Ringo is actually in the lab putting in the work. I like the workouts I've been seeing. Kelee Ringo is another guy. Last year, I believe he had a strong camp, strong preseason, and a lot of people thought like, yo, he should be over Isaiah Rodgers. He should be starting, but what you seen was like Isaiah Rodgers is the vet. Isaiah Rodgers is really good because when he was subbing in and out with Slay, there wasn't no big drop off or anything like that. So, fans, you don't know what he's doing. He like Isaiah Rodgers is the next guy up, but we're gonna get Kelee Ringo some time. And what happened was we let Slay walk and Isaiah Rodgers walk. So that lets you know what we think of Kelee Ringo. And we really didn't draft no competition. Again, I like Mac McWilliams, but I see him more as a slot right now. I don't see him as that outside. So right now, it's really Kelee Ringo's spot to lose. You do got a Dory Jackson as well. But if Kelee Ringo can't beat out Dory Jackson, then I can say this with confidence. Kelee Ringo time in Philadelphia might be up if you can't beat out Adoree Jackson, if we being honest. But again, I like the things I'm seeing from Kelee Ringo. Things he's posting, he sound confident, and he know what he got to do to get ready for OTAs, the training camps. That battle is going to be interesting. But reverting back to the last topic, that linebacker battle is going to be really interesting as well. Because right now I'm looking at Trotter Jr. I'm looking at Trotter Jr. as his spot to lose. Now let's get into the last topic. The last topic is Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, he was ranked by PFF out of, they had the top 32 edge rushers. He was in the 28-ish, that range. And it's like, yeah, he coming from his rookie year, only playing about like 200 snaps to now he played about 700 plus snaps. He was in the like mid 70s with a run grade, and his pass grade was in the high 60s. So he's getting up there for sure. My only question about Nolan Smith at this point, because I see the skill and the skill sets or whatever and what he can do. He do need a little bit more moves to me. And my biggest question, because my thing is the best ability is availability. Now you could say, yeah, he played the whole season. Eagle Eye. What are you talking about? But when you really look at it, we try Huff out like the first 4 or 5 games. Huff got hurt. That's when Nolan Smith came in and he was doing this thing. He was rotating really well, but they start increasing those snaps. And then when you seen when the Super Bowl came, what happened? He dealt with an injury, the same injury Brandon Graham got. Got to remember his rookie year, even him coming out of college, he had an injury. My same question with him is the same question with Nakobe Dean. The positions they play, are they too small? Like Nakobe Dean playing linebacker, is he too small? He dealt with some injuries. He dealt with an injury again. Even with Nolan Smith, the reason why nobody's talking about it is because it happened in the Super Bowl. Is he too small for his position? I don't know, but what I have to see is if Nolan Smith is going to be the guy, I got to see him play a full season with a lot of snaps. And I can't say no injury because it is the NFL, but like very limited injuries, not torn stuff, not stuff we got to get major surgery on. Because if that's the case, you got to start looking at edge rushers again because that means we can't rely on Nolan Smith due to health things. But other than that, Nolan Smith has been phenomenal. I got many rant videos about Nolan Smith, but I can't lie, he proved me wrong. My only question, can he last the full season? And if he can, it's cool. But I'm back, and that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? Nolan Smith being ranked by PFF. He's getting up there. He's getting up there. Also, Kelee Ringo in the lab and Trotter Jr. Am I off on that one? Are we going to be watching them? But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.